About a 10% non-success rate.
Oh, really? I would have guessed a larger percentage than that. That's interesting. Okay, and then I want to come back to this, but you just touched on something that I am particularly interested in. I mean, the sort of Paws for Patriots program, and I know some of that involves, again, pairing dogs with veterans with visual impairments, not unlike the guide dogs Ruther was sort of talking about. But in light of what's going on in the world these days, and especially just lately these days maybe, I guess I'm even more interested at the moment to find out about the dogs that are, as you alluded to, paired with veterans who have post-traumatic stress disorder. I mean, first of all, what's that training like, and then what happens from there?
They get a lot of support. We have a qualified trainer who is working in that department to assist these veterans with basic obedience, how to get the dog acclimated to the home, and working with the veteran. It's also an application process. We just don't hand these dogs outright just because somebody is coming back from the war. We want to make sure that they have an understanding of the responsibility of the dog, and the dog gives back. They take the dogs to meetings. It's a good support system. I've had a lot of the veterans tell me that it's sometimes better than any of the counseling that they get, or sometimes even the medicines that they're being told to take, because the dog doesn't tell on them. It doesn't judge them if they come back with terrible, sometimes life-altering injuries. You know, sometimes they're horribly disfigured. They're adjusting back to civilian life, sometimes adjusting even in their internal family life. And this dog will sometimes just can read them when they're having a bad day. I had one young man tell me, if I'm having a bad day, the dog comes up and just lays her head on my knee, and that reassurance that the dog gives her kind of calms him down and helps him move on with his day, and really is just a calming effect. And for a lot of them, it helps them get themselves back into the mainstream of civilian life again.
Wow. Yeah. No, it's just seems so powerful, and it just seems like you know, for a dog who didn't make it as a guide dog, it seems like it's hard to imagine a sort of more valuable offshoot to their original intended career. So okay, so what else then? So when, for example, do you meet a dog that's so far succeeded all the way down the path of the puppy raising, etc.?
Well, they come in about 16 months of age, and we basically start the training the day or day after that they arrive. We spend a couple days just walking them around the grounds and getting to know them and letting the dog get to know us, and we introduce them to the harness. We want to make sure that the dog is comfortable with the harness going on. The puppies are raised with a jacket that goes on them, but they transition into this leather harness as part of their work responsibility. Once we know that the dog is comfortable with this, we start to teach them in a repetitive type of training how to stop for curbs, how to navigate around stuff. And it's done strictly by telling the dog no if it makes a mistake, showing them the mistake and going back and repeating it. And if the dog does something right, we pour the praise on. I always like to say we like to have a party right there at the corner. So if the dog starts to learn, hey, I have to stop before I step off of this curb, we make a big deal out of it. We squat down, we scruff them around the neck, we give them a good scratch around the ears. The dog's tail starts to wag and it goes, hey, this is pretty cool. I'm getting all this love for stopping right here. The dogs aren't trained for food. They're trained to work for love.
That was actually my next question. So there's really no food reinforcement as part of their training?
No. We've done a little bit in the very beginning of training with a lot of the higher energy dogs, maybe to bring their focus in, but it's not something that we incorporate through the whole entire training process. It's just a good way for us to get a quicker response from some of the higher energy dogs to get their focus a little bit quicker. So it's a little less time consuming on us as trainers.
So you swing them around to do
but no treats, and no, definitely no human food. That's a big no-no, because that can create a monster out of a dog that you may not necessarily want, because these dogs are raised to go in the public, and they go in and out of restaurants, and the biggest compliment is, I never knew there was a dog there. And that's what we want. We don't really want people to notice that the dog is there. That's the job. The dog is there to do a task. It's there to curl up underneath the chair, and when the person's ready to go, they can stand up. The dog is going back into business, and it carefully guides the person out. And that's the biggest compliment, is when somebody says, I never knew the dog was there.